Hi, it's Stephen DiPietro from servicewithpurpose.net. Today I'm going to talk about a conversation with a liquor store owner that I recently had, and it ended like this. If things don't change in the next 6 months, I'm going to be out of business after 20 years. That's a frightening prospect. What could cause something to happen so quickly over 20 years, for a business that's been around for 20 years? Well, the context behind this business, and I think there are some things that this business can do to fix it, and I think there are 12 ways that they can actually save this business. But the context is this: it's a long established business. The big chains have opened up all around them. Well, not all around them. There are probably now 3 or 4 big chains close by and big buying groups. He buys now beer from other retailers of these chain retailers who can actually sell it for cheaper than he can buy it wholesale, which is a not unknown story. It's a quite common story. The owner's working late at night because he can't afford to pay anyone anymore. He's looking dishevelled. The parking's outdated. It's out the back. You can't find parking out the front. The store looks tired. The owner's installed a poorly performing deli in the corner to try to boost business, and overall it's going pretty badly. In fact, he's saying that after 6 months, and this is a guy who's run a very successful business for a lot of years, within about 6 months he'll be gone. So I had to think about this business. Now, I can't presume to tell him what to do because I don't know him that well, but looking back at it, I'm saying, well, if I were there to help this guy, what would I do? What would you do, in fact? Well, I think what would I do? What I would do is I'd start with, number one is I'd start with a segment to focus on. Focus on whether it's high-end, convenience, product, advice, an ethnic group, whatever. Focus on something. Consider access, number 2. Opening up the back entrance, letting people park at the back and get to the store quite easily. It's a very simple thing, but actually you park out the back and you have to walk all the way up this alleyway to get to the front of the store, and so you don't park there, and women are too afraid to park there. So lighten it up and get some good access to the back. But access is important for all businesses. Presentation. The presentation is old, it's dated, the counter's worn. It just looks old. And now the big retailers are spending a ton on presentation. Invest in ticketing, number 4. Ticketing and tasting notes. This wine would go great with a Madras curry. What's so hard about that? Less is more, number 5. I've got a previous post about this. Consider less stock. Consider removing some signage, especially the old and dated crappy stuff. And consider what else you could take out of the place. It's just a mishmash of stuff, and a lot of retailers fall into this trap of trying to trap or get as much crap as they can into their store to get maximum usage of their square footage, and in the end it just overwhelms the customer. It's a mess. Number 6, consider the ambiance or the ambience, such as background music. Have some shots of vineyards on the plasma screens. Not very expensive, easy to do. Don't just have the local radio going in the background. That doesn't do anything for anyone. All you're doing is advertising for other people's products. Number 7, give customers other reasons to visit. Introduce wine club, theme nights in store. It'll give people who don't normally come a reason to now visit the store. And once it's been dressed up, they'll have reason to come back. An email mailing list is a must. I have never ever been asked to provide my email address. It's just a travesty. You have to have people's email addresses. Introduce some sort of, number 9, introduce some sort of complementary products, which makes sense. Foods that accompany the wine, e.g. Persian, feta, or olives. Introduce great snacks to go with beer. Perhaps introduce some wine books or some poker sets, recipes with wine, recipes with beer. It takes just a little fraction of imagination to get that going. Number 10, I think it's a growing big one. Start a social media strategy. Now, you could start with a Squarespace account. Now, a promotion. So anyone who comes to this area might get attracted to a Squarespace promotion. No one else is doing it. It's unique. A Facebook fan page, a blog to talk about the products. Get connected on LinkedIn with people within the local businesses, a Twitter account for regulars, and an email newsletter. And the newsletter should not talk about yourself, it should talk about how your products and services can help your customers and interact with the customers. Number 11, learn from the experts. In this specific case, I'd go to GaryVaynerchuk.com. The guy's the guru of selling wine all over the world. So have a look at that. See what this expert is doing. Not only what's he saying about the wine, but what's he doing to help his customers. Or read his book. Number 12 is probably the most important. Choose action over anxiety. So don't just do the same things, do something different. Now, the most important thing is this. If you stand around behind the counter and wait for things to change, they will change, but not for the better. If you want to take control yourself, or someone else will control your destiny for you. So 12 quick tips. They're big, they're hard work, they're eye-bleeding, sore, late at night sort of jobs to be done, and it never, ever ends. But just standing there, looking disheveled with a dirty old t-shirt, waiting for things to change, ain't gonna cut it. You've got to get out, you've got to work at night, work during the day, and get this stuff done. It's possible, and you can be very successful. Just do something, but not the same thing. Once again, I'm Stephen DiPietro from servicewithpurpose.net. Have an awesome day.